Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in. We are live here on the campus of Beverly High School to bring you baseball here today. Dominic Lorenzano alongside Al Visnick. Rich Francis will be joining us, I believe, a little bit later. He has the audacity to have a job. I don't know why he thinks that's acceptable to miss this, but
you can't call this a job. It's too much fun.
Exactly. But I mean, sometimes it is when the weather is cooperating.
A little nicer today than yesterday. I think we probably have, with the wind chill, about a 35, 40-degree swing, and I'm more than happy for that. You picked the right opener to miss, that's for sure.
I really did. But the sun is out today, and it feels like baseball weather. Spring is in the air. Sox are being a lot of attention. It's baseball time, but we are here for the Beverly Panthers as they are taking on the Methuen Rangers. And it'll be Noah Guanci on the hill today for the Panthers, and on opposite him for Methuen will be Matt Papalado. So, a lot of new faces from last year. Armbruster gone, Cooper Gavin is gone. So we have some new guys here that obviously the people who watched last game saw some of them. But Al, give me your take on what you saw last game, some of the new guys they're going to have to insert into the lineup here over the next couple of games.
Well, Dom, I'll go with the first two games. I saw the one on the road up in Gloucester as well. And I think the biggest difference, I'd have to say, off the get-go was not surrendering the amount of free passes that we did in the second game. Second game, Beverly High School pitching issued 9 free passes, which is just way too many with any of the teams that you play in Division I these days, but especially a Masconomet regional team. Noah Guanci, who's going today through the first game up in up in Gloucester, maybe a little bit control issue early. It was another cold, raw day. But, boy, I think he had 9 strikeouts and really started getting his control and getting on top of the ball.
That's interesting.
That's a huge thing, is just being able to get the ball over the plate.
Yes, exactly. That's interesting, though, because I remember Noah Guanci last year. I never really questioned the control that much. He usually is a guy who's really around the plate for a high schooler.
Yeah, for sure. But, when I see him walk a batter or two, that's unusual. So it was very brief. But, yeah, he issued a couple of walks, but then he threw 5 strong innings there. And,
should be a much easier day to grip the ball,
yeah,
though.
for sure. But, once he got things going, I think, too, it's a natural thing like any of us. An opening day, you get a little amped up. And, I'll go back to that opening day. Pitching for Gloucester was Zach Morris, who's committed to URI Division I. And he hit the backstop a number of times in the first 2 innings, just being, amped up. But what I'm looking for today is, Noah's out there. This is a good Merrimack Valley Conference team. All of those guys in that conference play great baseball there. Top to bottom. We played them last year up there. I can't remember 100%, but I think they came from behind to squeak a win out over us there. But the guys, like you say, things have moved around. We got Logan Petrosino, who's at second base and one of the senior captains, of course, was a day-to-day guy in the lineup last year, as was Ian Visnick, another captain over at third base there. And Noah Staffia did a good amount of catching. But after that, you got names that just weren't there last year. If we run through the lineup, playing center field is Devin Koloski, who came up from the JVs at the end of the year. Batting fourth is Tim Carter, who was a JV guy as well, as was the first baseman, Case McGrath. And Fran Martin, who is back in the Beverly school system after being at Austin Prep last year. And as I mentioned, one of my Little League guys from way back when in the White Sox is in left. Scott Quietek in right field up from the JVs. And like I said, the lineup rounded out by Noah Staffia, who caught a good amount of innings, also one of the senior captains. And then a freshman at shortstop, Jonathan Reyes, of course, we have not seen since he was in middle school. Noah Guanci, like you said, on the hill and captain, and rounding out the 5th captain for the Panthers this year is Anthony Mastriani.
Indeed. So there it is, Noah Guanci on the hill, the left-hander, veteran here for this Beverly team. And so the lineup that he will be facing in the Rangers reads like this. Leading off, Noah Nealon, the third baseman. Followed by him is Darmin Escano-Vargas, the right fielder. Owen Sullivan, the shortstop, in the third spot. In the cleanup spot, the pitcher, Matt Pappalardo. T.J. Mullen in the fifth spot, first baseman. Then Mason Leno, the DH. Joey Pride, the center fielder. Miguel Lopez, the second baseman. And rounding out the lineup, Ronald Marzian, the left fielder. And as you mentioned, the defense behind Guanci today, Petrosino at second. Over there at second, obviously Staffier doing his catching. The first baseman is Casey McGrath. At short is the freshman Jonathan Reyes. Third baseman Ian Visnick. In the outfield will be Martin Kwiatek. Oh, my bad. Koloski, then Kwiatek in right field.
Correct.
The two Ks, man, they both have to be in center and right there when I'm looking at the lineup.
I'm going to make one correction there, Dom. I think on the leadoff batter is Owen Nealon. I think you said it was going to be his brother Noah.
Oh, yes, I did.
Because the O there, his brother Noah wears number 0. So
yes, that's right.
There. Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Indeed. So there it is, Nealon, the left-hander, still leading off against the lefty Guanci, and Guanci pours in a first pitch strike, and we are underway here today.
Oh, this is a pleasure being here in this weather, Tom.
It must feel amazing to you. Noah in there with strike 2, and always, I never worry about it with Noah, but in general, that first pitch strike may be the most important pitch that you can throw. Breaking ball, the catcher thought it grabbed the inside corner.
As did the broadcaster.
I thought it did too.
A lot of movement on that breaking ball, though, which is good to see.
Indeed. Fastball missing high and outside, and the count back at even at 2-2. There's that breaking ball again. He just dribbles it right into the ground. The first baseman, McGrath, is there. 3 unassisted, and Guanci off to a good start.
Yeah, like you said, first out is big, 1 inning at a time. But, yeah, Noah looks to have great control of his fastball, moving in and out, and I like that curveball quite a bit.
Yeah, both times he threw that curveball. Very nice location. Working at a good pace as well.
Yeah, I think Noah would do fine in MLB with the pitch clock. He's a quick worker, that's
Indeed.
for sure.
Oh, another good breaking ball from Noah. He snapped off 3 good ones. This is the right fielder, Vargas. Guanci by him there. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch punch out for Noah Guanci. And 2 gone here in the first.
Yeah, ball was up, it was down, it was in, it was out. Real nice movement.
Mm-hmm.
Another lefty.
Right on that outside corner with the
Paint to
fastball.
that one.
Now, Al, what exactly does Guanci feature?
He throws fastball, curveball, and changeup.
That's what I believed. Yep. I thought I made sure I was remembering from last year. 3 basic. I didn't see a lot of variance on the curveball. It's not like he throws 2 different ones. Paints the inside corner. Strike 3. Caught him looking. And Noah Guanci mows down the top of the order to start the first. As we go to the bottom of the first, Methuen nothing. Panthers coming to bat, and boy, you got to like the pace at which Guanci was at in that inning, pouring in strike after strike.
Yeah, in terms of defensive side of the coin, you couldn't ask for anything better right there. A weak ground out at first and two 3-pitch strikeouts. So it'll be up to the Panthers to see what they're facing here. Looks like the big righty's coming on the mound right now, Matt Pappalardo, and see if we can win the inning.
Indeed. But I mean, boy, Guanci. Not just strikes, all quadrants of the zone, and with the curveball as well. So, I mean, got to love the control on all facets. It looks like Guanci didn't take him as much time in this start as you mentioned. It might have taken him a little bit of time last start.
That was very good. It was great. 11 pitches.
I know. I mean, that is efficient, I'll tell you that. So anyway, there he is, Papalardo taking the hill, and the Panther lineup will look like this against him. Leading off, Logan Petrosino, followed by Devin Kalowski, batting third, Ian Visnick in the cleanup spot, Tim Carter, Casey McGrath in the fifth spot, Martin the left fielder, six, Scott Quietek the right fielder, then Noah Staffier, and rounding out the lineup, the freshman Jonathan Reyes.
Logan off to a real hot start this year, Dom. I think he went his first 6 at-bats before he was retired.
Wow.
So swinging, getting on. Hit a big 3-run homer against Gloucester, second year in a row. I think on that first game he was on base 4 times and scored 4 to 7 runs. So as I mentioned on last broadcast, Rich's son Griff was the guy at the top of the order who was on. I think Logan usually hitting the 2-hole if I'm not mistaken. But Logan's off to a scalding hot start in terms of OBP as well as base hits. Probably has 4 or 5 hits already too.
The throw down there, and we are just about ready. All right, so here he is, Logan Petrosino standing in against Papalardo. Right on that outside corner for strike one. I always try and find mechanic comps whenever I watch these kids. I'm not finding one so far in my database in my head on Papalardo yet. Petrosino fouls that one back right on it, but he is in the hole now, 0-2. Guanci, I've said before, reminds me of, they're so obscure. Brett Cecil.
That's what I was waiting for, Dom, is to see the obscurity. Make me do research after I talk to you.
All right, 1-2 now on Petrosino. That one missing high and outside as well. So 2-2 now. 4
fastballs so far.
We have not seen anything resembling anything off speed. Let's see if he goes to it here with the count even, though. He did, and he really didn't snap it off well at all.
Yeah, did not finish with that. Kind of hung it up there. So we got a full count here for Logan. Working the count right away.
Oh, and Logan looks at one on the outside corner for strike 3.
Good pitch if you're the pitcher.
Yes. Logan caught looking there, and now we'll bring up Kalowski. The 2Ks are they're gonna drive me nuts all game when I look at my thing. There's only so much room to write down names on a scorebook, so. Oh, upstairs with the fastball, got him chasing.
Yeah, it looks like Papalardo's velocity is pretty good.
Yeah.
Peter is here to visit us in the booth. What's up, my guy?
That one missing downstairs. That might have been something else. Kind of a tight slider or something.
I agree with you there. I think it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Devin.
Yep. Papalardo definitely leading with a big fastball, though. That is a breaking ball, and that was a good one.
Yep, that buckled his knees for sure.
That time, Papalardo snapped it off very well, finished it. That thing starting right at him, and then catching the inside corner. Textbook. All right, Ian Visnick now the third baseman. Another breaking ball. Papalardo's breaking ball a little harder than Guanci's. A little bit more like a tight slider.
Yeah, my initial impression right now is we got 2 power pitches, some guys who can bring it.
Yeah.
Fastball's pretty good for high school, that's for sure.
Oh, indeed. And if Matt can work that thing up in the zone, the way he just did to Ian as well. Get these guys chasing.
Yeah, those are hard to get on top of.
They look so good, Al, when you're hitting though.
No, they sure do. hard to lay off.
They look so tasty. Oh, Ian got to that one at the top there and fouls it back.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of those days that both teams are going to need to see a few pitches to kind of time it up and get things ready. See what happens.
See if he goes back to the breaking ball here. He did, and he hit Visnick. No, I looked like it did, but it didn't. Never mind.
He should have leaned into that, I think. I'll have a talk with him when I get home.
You can't make it too obvious, though. Fastball up and in, and there's the check swing, but it hits the bat, fouled off. Tell you, the last 2 times at least, Ian's getting to the fastball. High and inside, and that's ball 4. So Ian made him work, fouled off a few of those big fastballs, and works the walk.
Gets our first quab of the day, Dom.
Yep. So that'll bring in the DH, Tim Carter.
Tim probably has the most power in the Beverly lineup, Dom. Lefty up from the JV squad. Tim got to see him play a lot of baseball with my son on the AAU circuit. Used to be over at Triton. Now here at Beverly. But let's see if Tim can find a gap out there.
That one's in for a strike. He was off and running and not even a throw down. So a stolen base for Ian. He really caught the Methuen team
yeah, I'm not
snoozing
really sure why they didn't think he wouldn't be going. That was kind of odd.
I know.
That would almost look like a first and third situation where they decided to let the runner go, not 2 outs with a man on first.
They just caught him completely napping.
I don't think he delayed. I think he went with the pitch, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Sometimes a delay steal can do that to you, but... All right, so Ian gets himself in scoring position. 1-1 count on Tim here.
Carter swung on, ground ball over to second. He has it on the first. Ooh. High and off the bag, but the first baseman able to get back over there, and that will end the inning. So nothing for the Panthers. 1 base runner, a stolen base. They made Papalardo at least work a little bit harder in the end. On to the top of the second, no score here.
Yeah, I got 20 pitches in that inning, so a little bit more the Panthers saw than the Rangers did. So this is kind of the speed of game that we needed in the cold weather the other day.
Then we got a kid named Martin playing?
He's the left fielder.
Thank you.
Yep.
So when you see Guancy back on the hill, both guys looking pretty good there in the first. As we mentioned, Visnick able to work a count and make Matt work a little bit more and drew a walk, but both guys locating the fastball pretty well. Papalardo took a couple of pitches with his slider, though it seems later on, about halfway through that inning, he found it. Noah was good from the get-go in the first. And right now he will face 4, 5, and 6, Papalardo, TJ Mullen, and Mason Leno. The pitcher, the first baseman, and the DH.
Yeah, I'm guessing from what I'm seeing, both guys' fastballs must be the mid-upper 80s, is my guess. Don't have the gun, but looks like velocity's good.
You know, if you're pitching, right, if you're Papalardo, if there's a strike call that you don't agree with, I mean, you gotta pretend nothing happened because you're like, all right, as long as I get that too, I guess.
That's right. And he did get one, I think, on Logan there. He got the outside.
Oh, he definitely did.
Sure, so.
right, 1-1. Ooh, inside off the knob. No.
Oh, he's calling a hit by pitch. I thought it hit his bat.
I thought it sounded like it hit his bat. It sounded like it hit the knob. But they'll call it a hit by pitch as that fastball runs inside and hits Matt on the hand.
First Ranger base runner of the day. See if they try to test the arm of Noah Staffier, I should say. Ball inside.
Noah's got a decent move, though. You got to be careful.
He does indeed.
That one swung on over to short. Reyes has it to second. Back to first. They turn it.
Nice turn. Very nicely done. 6-4-3 textbook. Great bounding ball for the freshman Jonathan Reyes, who flips it to Logan, and Logan with a great turn and throws a strike to Casey McGrath.
I tell you, that last bounce, that was a middle infielder's dream, though, that last bounce. That made it right up there in the chest. Easy for Reyes to throw that over, and then a nice turn on the other end by Logan.
Wasn't Tinker's Evers to Chance, but it was Reyes to Petrosino to McGrath. Still has kind of a ring to it.
Wait, did I say it wrong?
No, you didn't say it wrong.
Oh, okay.
I was just invoking the old...
okay.
I was trying to pull a page out of your book and go back in baseball history and come up with something obscure for our younger viewers.
Don't give me that much credit. Brett Cecil is not history. He's just obscure. It looked like Noah dropped down a little bit on that one. I don't think he meant to, but...
Another big lefty.
I know, right?
This third of 6 batters?
A lot of lefties. Right on the outside corner. I tell you right now, with this ump, you want to live right on that outside corner.
I was going to say, you got to tip your cap to the umpire. He's given the call for both guys, and that's fine. As a guy up there,
it is again.
You just want to know what's a strike and what's not. So consistency is the key.
Let's look for Noah to wear that outside corner out. In tight there after going on the outer half on the last two.
That's a great 1-2 pitch, though. I mean, that's a ball batter can't do anything with. Maybe he gets lucky and gets a call.
Breaking ball.
Big breaking ball.
That was a bit harder than I feel like than the other ones. A bit tighter, but that had beautiful movement on it. Yeah, and he gets Mason waving.
That one really swept. That had a lot of left to right movement.
It really did. That thing all over the zone.
Yeah, he's a fast worker. I don't know that you'll see a pitcher be able to work faster than Noah.
No. It's funny, as our cameraman says he works fast. I was thinking the same thing. After they hit by a pitch to Matt, I went down on my scorebook to put down the hit by a pitch, and I looked up, and Guanci had already thrown the first one.
That's why your wingman had to fill in with the play-by-play call of the pitch. Yeah, it's so fast.
I love it, though.
I got him for 10 pitches on that inning for 21 total. So.
Right. Gotta love what Noah looks like right now. Breaking ball, fastball, all working. Both times they've made contact, he's induced pretty weak contact on the ground.
Looks like we're getting ready for a little lacrosse action. Here, see the referees have made their way in. Looks like the Panthers have a lacrosse game coming up here. We got the 2-ring circus going today. Hopefully no foul balls over there. We had a couple of close calls the other day. If you've never been here at Beverly High School, just off the third base side is the track and turf field, and a lot of foul balls will head that way. Have some close calls.
Yeah, we've had many a close call. All right, 5, 6, and 7 to face off against Papalardo here in the second. McGrath, Martin, and Kwiatek. Fastball, big swing and a miss. Sandy Alcantara, maybe. Similar.
All right.
That one's not obscure, I know.
It's a foul ball down the right field line. First baseman drifting over.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, it's one of those areas of the field that I can't see what happened, but since Casey's still standing in the batter's box. Did you actually see that? Did you have a line on that?
I did most of the way until literally the last second. Had to lean in my chair over a little bit, but
0-2.
Fastball swung on and missed. That's another punch out for Papalardo, his third.
That brings up Fran Martin, the left fielder. Fran came in and threw an inning of relief in the last outing Friday against Masconomet.
As Matt spikes a breaking ball there, he looks down at the mound. I don't know if he feels like his landing spot got caught or what, but strike with a fastball.
He's probably not used to a mound being so well manicured as it is here at Beverly High School. I think that was the problem.
Swung on, ground ball over to third. Has it, goes through his legs. Squirts away, and the Panthers have their second base runner.
Cameraman Mark says error, and I'm going to agree with that. That's what I had. Goes through the 5-hole, it's an error.
E5 right there. And that'll bring up Quietek.
I think this is Scott's second at bat. I think he had a pinch hit appearance against Masconomet, if memory serves me correctly.
Mm-hmm. And that one goes through the catcher's 5-hole.
Yeah, I don't know if Scott's check swing
obscured
had
the
something
view
to do with it. And then with Fran, I don't know, didn't look like Fran was going until the ball went through. So I'm going to score that one a pass ball.
Yeah.
Runner in scoring position now. Let's see if the Panthers can convert.
And Quietek ahead after that first pitch pass ball. And that one high and up and over his head, and catcher had no chance on that one. So you got an E5, a pass ball, a wild pitch, and now the Panthers 90 feet from getting the opening salvo. All right, 2-0. Scott. Was that up and out of the zone, you think?
Yeah, I think it was probably just a little bit up, elevated, just enough. One of those enticing pitches that you talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm. And that one in at the knees.
Zone, and he's back even in a hurry. Kind of interesting to throw a couple of pitches like that, one against the backstop, and then come back like that.
I know. Interesting to see if he just sticks right back with the fastball. He does. Scott fouls it off. And the count remains here at 2-2. Let's see if Matt's a bit more hesitant to throw that slider here with the man at third. Ooh! Brings him up, strike three. Gets Scott looking, and now 2 gone with the man still at third, and that'll bring up the catcher, Noah Staffier.
Noah, one of the senior captains of the Beverly baseball team, had a nice line drive hit in the opener against Gloucester.
Swung on and lined in the left field.
Unfortunately, that hooked foul.
It did.
Just a tiny bit quick on that. Noah was sitting dead right on the fastball and got it and just opened up.
I was thinking that too. Papalardo's hard fastball, but Noah just hooked it right down that left field line. Slider there. As Matt said, you were cheating on that last one a bit too much to my liking, buddy. Noah pulls off that. Just a little bit.
That looked like that might have been another slider, too.
I think it
that
was.
dropped down pretty. That was a good pitch.
It was either a slider or a changeup. I don't know, but I think it was the slider.
Yeah, I guess I would vote for that, considering it ended up in the dirt and scored it away a little bit. It really looked like it went down hard.
Mm-hmm. Noah swung on and high and off in the foul territory towards the track.
Into the aforementioned track.
Yeah. Nowhere near hitting a runner that time.
Although the young ladies were coming around the curve there. They had about a 10-yard buffer, I think. Oh, that one was pulled in a little bit. I know that he likes giving the corners, but boy, when you see the catcher's glove move that much.
I know. As he catches Noah looking on that slider. So
Strikes out the side.
Yeah, Pappalardo, 3 punch-outs in the inning, 2 of them looking, and he survives the E5 and a wild pitch and a pass ball. Beverly leaves the man at third and onto the top of the third here. No score.
Well, we kind of thought we might be locked in a pitcher's duel here, and after 2 innings, we see no reason to think that we're wrong about that.
No, yeah, I mean, both guys looking very sharp.
That's 5 of the 6 outs are strikeouts for Pappalardo, and Noah Guanci has 3 on his own and helped by a double play along there as well. So, Methuen has sent the minimum 6 batters up thanks to that double play, and they'll bring up their 7th, 8th, and 9th batters to lead off the third.
Yep, that will be Joey Pride, Miguel Lopez, and Ronel Marzian. All to face Guanci. Neither side with a hit yet.
No, a couple of base runners, but have not reached via the safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know, seeing all of this great pitching starting out and mentioning that, Dom, leads me to a story I saw yesterday that in college baseball in Division II out in Indiana, a no-hitter was thrown. And the pitcher who was hitting for himself in that game also hit for a cycle.
No way.
He threw a no-hitter and hit for a cycle in the same game.
Wow.
I think Indiana University. But
that is quite the day.
That is quite the day. Quite the day. All right, strike to lead off there. Swinging.
You know, when I first saw Noah pitch, it might have been him as a sophomore.
There's his changeup right there.
Yep. And he was always a strike thrower around the plate, pitch to contact. I never saw him as a power pitcher. As he's gotten older, he's really added a lot more to that fastball. As that one hit on the ground, a short Reyes up with it, strong throw and got him.
Well, Dom, having coached Noah for a long time, he has really grown a lot. You know, when you talk about his stature, I believe that he I don't know if he made his debut in the state playoffs against North Andover.
I think he did.
But, you know, he certainly didn't have, you know, the height or weight that he has now. Mm-hmm. He's grown quite a bit, and his body's changed a lot and really takes advantage of that now, you know. Mm-hmm. He's always had great mechanics.
Indeed.
And
well, that's what I mean also by the development of he had everything else first and then added a couple of ticks to that fastball.
Yeah, and let's not forget, still, for my mind, still the best outfielder I've ever coached in my days.
Really?
He is. Nobody tracks a fly ball like that kid. I think he's outstanding, and he's been coming in actually in late innings to play center field, even in the game that he pitched against Gloucester.
Okay. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Noah, 2 great breaking balls in that at bat as well, by the way. He started him off with a beautiful, beautiful slow breaking ball for strike 1. And boy, if you can snap off a breaking ball for strike 1, that really sets you up for the entire at bat. Another one.
number 9 batter up right now, Ronald Marizan, the left fielder.
Now, again, I don't know if Noah means to, but today it seems like almost 2 different breaking balls. One's been a bit slower, like the one he started off Lopez with, and then one a little bit harder. Not quite Matt's, not that tight slider, but just 2 generally different curveballs.
Yeah, he had 1 strikeout on that big sweeping breaking ball, and like there we've seen the tighter one.
Yeah,
a couple times too. Really primarily became a pitcher when he hit high school, so he's really working on his craft.
Yep, fastball.
Like I said, played a lot of outfield growing up in Little League and started to establish himself. But one of the great things with Little League is, you play everywhere. So how that didn't hit him, I don't know.
I know, right? The foul ball rolling back down the hill caught my eye.
I got it 2-2.
Breaking ball down and in. Nice job by Marzan of not chasing, and now full on Ronell. Got to challenge him here, though, right?
Absolutely.
Indeed he did. High fastball, and he gets him swinging. 2 more punch-outs for Guanci. Another 1-2-3 inning. Well, at least technically, the other one, someone reached base, but it's the minimum still.
Still the minimum, right.
So Noah mows down the bottom of the order there in the 3rd, onto the bottom half of the 3rd. No score still here.
Both guys super efficient. I got Noah, obviously could be off a pitch or 2, but I got him at 36 pitches after 3 innings for an average of 12 pitches an inning, which is good news for the Panthers for sure.
Indeed.
So Jonathan Reyes will attempt to set the table for the top, and like I said, when you get this kind of velocity and movement, the second time around is always real interesting. It takes a little while. There's nothing like live pitching. You can have as many reps as BP as you want, but when you get in there and start seeing the ball moving with that velocity and some pretty good breaking stuff that's moving from both guys.
Indeed.
It's that second and third time where you start to time things up. Maybe start to hit a few foul balls, see a few more, and kind of get that feeling for what you need to do to get your barrel to it.
He pulled off a couple of sliders in the last at-bat to Staffier to reach the strike zone. But in general, I feel like maybe that's the next step here to look at with Matt. How consistently can he throw that breaking ball for a strike?
Right.
Because we saw Noah cheat on the fastball, and let's see if some of the other guys start to cheat on fastballs more unless Matt shows that he can consistently throw that breaking ball for a strike. I feel like that's the thing to watch right now. High fastball there from Matt, far too high for Reyes, and 1-0.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of data points.
No.
With the Methuen Rangers, obviously not in our league, and as near as I can tell, this is their first game of the season, so everything else has been scrimmages, so not a lot online to kind of search out with scores and box scores and whatnot.
Guess Reyes fishing that time. 1-1.
And look who has made the day. Rich Francis is in the booth.
Rich. So Francis getting settled here. We're going to headset over to him, I think, at some point here. That one missed.
What do you got for a count, Tom? 2-2? Or
2-2.
Okay.
There it is. Consistently, though, with this ump. Not going to give any extra leverage on the inside corner, but on the outer half, you got plenty of wiggle room. Breaking ball gets Reyes to duck.
That bent him back, but a little high in the zone.
Yep.
And Jonathan works him full.
3-2. Got to feel like Matt would be crazy to throw anything but a fastball. He did, but it missed, and there's ball 4.
Second quab of the day. So Jonathan gets on and sets the stage for the top of the order in Logan Petrosino.
I think Rich is squared away, so Rich Francis back in the booth with the headset on.
Hey, those other jobs just get in the way, Dom.
Well, we were talking about it this. We can't. This is too much fun, so we can't say this is really a job.
That's true.
You said that. I was meaner. I just said he had the audacity to have a job.
It's the old, if you love what you're doing, it's not really work.
You never work a day in your life. My kids are probably sick of hearing me say that.
Strike there with a fastball here to Petrosino.
Tough pitch there, down and in.
Mm-hmm.
Good pitcher's pitch.
Methuen's got a pretty good baseball program. They're usually in the hunt all the time. It's early in the season, so we don't really know what's going on with them, right?
Yeah, this is their first game of the year.
Oh, really?
As far as my online research has indicated, they had a scrimmage game on Friday.
Okay.
They'll play Westford, which I believe is their opener in the league on Wednesday, I think.
Reyes, not an aggressive lead. Well, he widens it a little bit more there. That one, ooh.
Boy, oh
okay,
boy.
So that one's a little outside.
Well, consistently, he's been giving a lot of wiggle room on the outside corner.
Okay.
For both sides.
So as a hitter, you just adjust to it?
Yep. 0-2.
Yeah, that was the pitch that he rung Logan up on his first at bat, so he'll be ready.
So Logan will be ready for it, that's for sure.
Logan swung on and fouled back.
Do we have an update on the lacrosse game?
Just started a few minutes ago. We did call out its start, but Dom and I have been paying attention to the baseball game.
Well, we got a third set of eyes now, so we can keep track of everything.
All right, 0-2 on the leadoff man, Petrosino. High fastball, far too high.
Well, it looks like Dom brought the sunshine, huh?
Yeah, boy, he picked a great game to miss on Friday.
I was still shivering an hour later.
That one missing down and in. Reyes off. The throw down is not in time.
Nice.
Jonathan in the second.
Good pitch to go on.
Yeah.
All in the dirt.
Second steal of the game for the Panthers. This time at least actually initiated a response from Methuen, though. But once again, Beverly 2 for 2. And a man in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the Panther order.
I got some room out there in right field, too. Ooh.
Slider. Oh, check swing. Logan could not hold up. It might have been a called strike anyway, though, with the way he's been calling out on the outside corner.
Yeah, he really changed the pace of that pitch there. I think Logan was looking for something hard and just couldn't make the adjustment. So, tip of the cap to Pappalardo. And that will bring up Devin Koloski, who also went down by the strikeout in the first inning, in his first at bat.
Focus a little bit on the runner. Took a little time.
Yeah. Matt definitely focused in a little bit more on Reyes. Far more than he was focused in on the first runner of the game.
With Devin's speed, he could drop a bunt any time.
Fastball
Get
missing
himself
up and
on
in.
base. Both corners are playing a little back. He can drop one either way. A little push bunt to the second base side would be get himself a hit.
That one missed in the dirt.
Don't need to do it there.
He tried to smother it. I don't even think that was a breaking ball either. I think he just spiked the fastball.
Yeah.
Makes it so tough to be able to really get in front of that and stop it.
Yeah, it's definitely a wild pitch.
Second of the day.
Yep, second one on Pappalardo. And I tell you, they haven't done much so far with the bats to slow it down, but getting Reyes on base to walk has slowed down the pace for Pappalardo, and maybe that's showing on some of the misfires. Oh, because, boy, he had worked himself into a nice rhythm. But trying to hold a man on has slowed it down and made him have to be far more deliberate.
Infield's in.
Indeed.
The runner on third and 1 out.
They weren't in on the pitch before.
Right.
No.
Only the first baseman was playing in. Nobody else was.
That was a slider, I believe, there, and he got Devin fishing. High with the fastball again.
Full count. See if this is the second time today the Panthers have advanced to third base.
Mm-hmm. Unable to cash in back in the second inning. Trying to cash in here in the third. Pitch coming. Devin swung on and missed. High fastball again. Blows it right by him. And Papalardo 1 out away from working out of trouble again.
He is indeed racking up an impressive strikeout total.
So we got Ian Visnick up here.
Yeah, I was saying, but here is one of the senior captains, Ian Visnick here, trying to make sure Matt can't get off the hook again. Strike one.
Ian walked and stole a base his first at bat.
You know, it's a warmer day out, but early in the season, still pitcher's advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with pitchers that throw good breaking balls.
Mm-hmm. Matt has really found that breaking ball more and more as this game has gone on. Ian swung on and slapped foul down the first base side and well out of play. What are we thinking here?
If I'm throwing,
Elevated
I'm going with that elevated fastball. He's had good success with that today.
I like that call, Al. Tough pitch to hit.
Okay. Ian swung on off the pitcher's hand. Shortstop is over.
A little bobble, safe.
Safe.
Gets the run in. Yeah, the pitcher slowed it down a little, touching it, and then the shortstop had a little bobble there. Nice effort, Ian, getting down the baseline.
I'm going to call that a hit, though.
I'm not going to be able to rule on that since he's my son, but I won't disagree with you, Dom.
I'm going to go with Dom on that one. He hustled it out.
So great job. Just make contact sometimes and good things will happen. And Ian battled and what has been an overpowering pitcher to this point, able to put one in play, and the Panthers are on the board first.
Well, you know, 0-2 pitch. Obviously, he put it in a position that Ian could make contact with it, and that's what he's looking to do there. So
didn't listen to you, Al.
Didn't listen to that
elevated fastball.
I know. Yeah, that was a good point. Probably too good of an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah. You know, you got to work that triangle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ian stole a base already, and 2 outs here. Be a good situation to maybe go again. That one missing on the outside, though, and Matt lost it a little bit.
Don't think he'll be going on this pitch.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't send him 3-0 here.
No, definitely not.
3-1
Unless he's giving him a green light, which I highly doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah, this is Tim Carter, by the way. Clean up
Tim
hitter.
grounded out to the second baseman, his first at bat. And Tim
that one
takes
missed.
a 4-pitch walk. And
breaking ball, 3-0 count.
Yeah, well, he had misfired on the 2 fastballs, so
yeah, that's
decided to try something different. But the result was the same.
Coach going out, have a little talk.
Yeah, from our perspective, really, we have no idea if, you know, Matt's a number 1 guy for Methuen, a 2, you know, non-league game to open. We know that what we have seen up until this point has been very impressive. A couple of walks there, some wild pitches. So now that things are progressing, the question becomes, you know, where is the true control lie, you know?
Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, Al, so walks, man, they really seem to find a way to hurt you when you do them at the wrong time. 2-out walks to the, you know, to the bottom of the order with the leadoff spot coming up after that, right? What? I can't even see it. Oh, yeah.
All right, so his pitch count's around 50-something right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he's over 40 pitches, he can't pitch on Friday. So
well, he went over
him
40 pitches because
Yeah.
he's at 37 going into the inning.
Yeah. So they're just going to ride him out
Casey
here.
McGrath with runners on first and second and 2 down.
Our boy Peter O'Brien's in the house.
Again, circling back.
McGrath swung on and missed.
You thought it was a hit, Pete? Okay, then we'll give him a hit.
Now you know how to score it.
I think that was
Just go to Peter anytime we have a question.
I think that was the breaking ball again, by the way.
Yeah,
He started
did look
to
like it.
with.
No.
Swung on and missed again. Casey, 2 big swings coming up empty, though, and now 0-2. Panthers trying to feel like they can steal one more run. But right now, McGrath in the hole.
Nope.
And he'll call
Didn't actually
timeout.
see anyone call a timeout there, did he?
I think Casey asked for it. Probably for
The umpire didn't really call it, though.
No, it wasn't obvious.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Guess
didn't
it doesn't
see the
have to
umpire
be.
throw his hand up?
They don't have to put a big show up. I don't know, I get that pole blocking my vision.
Good job laying off of that high breaking ball.
I know.
Back to the umpire, I am very partial to the blazer that he's wearing.
I
You
do
don't
like
see
the
that a
blazer.
lot,
I like
you know,
it.
the
It's a good
having the old style
Definitely, I agree with you on that.
arborito. I like
First
it.
thing noticed when I showed up was the blazer. Oh, look at
big
him.
lead.
Give himself a wild lead.
Jeez.
Hey, you know, you get in the pitcher's head.
That lead with reckless abandonment.
He would have been able to steal the base easy if if he didn't look him back. Get him thinking about you, Ian.
Swung on and missed, and Papalardo gets out of it with no further damage. But the Panthers do score first thanks to Jonathan Reyes leading off that inning with a walk, couple of punch-outs after that. But then Visnick making contact down 2 strikes, getting that ground ball back up the middle, be able to beat it out. And we'll go to the top of the 4th with Beverly in front now, 1-0.
I know, yeah. Yeah, last Friday was, not only was it cold, but it was a long game.
Yeah, the crew could not get out of here fast enough on
No, I know.
Friday, and I have a suspicion we could be lingering around in the sunshine after
Well,
today's
especially if these pitchers are going to continue at the pace that they are working
Yeah.
at right now.
Well,
I have Papalato at 62 pitches. I'm sorry, 62 pitches. Had to exercise my Malden High School math degree there to put it all together. No calculators allowed back in 1980. So
On the flip side, Guanci has been, not that Matt hasn't been efficient, but he had to work a lot more in that inning. Noah has stayed extremely efficient, and he will face the top of the order here in the 4th as he's once again faced the minimum to this point. Nealand, Vargas, and Sullivan all opposing Noah here in the 4th.
well, Noah works quick, too, which is always a
lightning quick.
cold broadcaster's best friend. It's not that cold today, but he can still move quickly. We are coming up upon dinner time pretty soon.
Interesting, you know, again, we don't have information, so we don't know. Methuen stubbornly keeping the lineup the way it was despite facing a lefty. I mean, there's like 6 lefties in this lineup.
Yeah, I'm not really sure that they knew that a lefty was
Yeah,
going, though.
maybe
they
not.
can't really change it once they get
Breaking ball
to the plate.
hung up.
In high school, you don't really do the left-right thing as much.
High.
Fran Martin easily camps under that one, going off the lefty's bat. That was hooking towards the line away from Fran, but plenty of air under that one, and Fran makes the easy catch for the first out of the inning.
Nice to see him keep his hat on, making the play. If you recall, last Friday, every pitch he threw, the hat flew off his head. Maybe he got those bobby pins from Ian Gavin.
That one swung on the ground over to third. Slides. Long throw.
Got him.
Got it.
Play by Ian
Nice
Visnick.
stretch there by Casey McGrath, too.
Ian Visnick, an RBI in the bottom of the 3rd, and now here in the top of the 4th, a nice sliding grab, long throw, but he nails Vargas.
Great job on both ends, like
Yep.
you said, Rich. Great stretch by Casey, which makes the difference on a bang-bang play like that. And the base umpires seem more than happy to ring him up with a little bit of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Breaking ball.
Yep.
And boy, Guanci, I mean, he really is cruising right now. Switching it up on the first pitches, fastball, curveball sometimes. First pitch strikes all over the place. Another breaking ball there. He gets Owen to chase.
Noah does a nice job of disguising the pitch. Some pitchers, when they throw that breaking ball, you can kind of tell. Keeps the same arm slot. Doesn't really change it much.
Delivery's good. He's been throwing a couple of different curveballs today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen.
And, man, does he work fast.
Another breaking ball there.
Good. Again, it could be a lot of trust in the pitch that they're calling, too. Just tell me what I throw and I'll throw it. Wow, yeah, he does move fast. Oh!
Just missed. There's that big sweep and curve again.
Yep.
I think we're all hoping that it caught a corner of the plate.
Yeah.
2-2 now.
Fouled it off.
Fouled it off. Yeah. That was the fastball that time. That was the first fastball he's thrown in this at-bat, too. It was all breaking balls to Owen. The shortstop, Owen Sullivan, struck out looking his first time.
There you go.
And he's going to strike out looking again. Guanci freezes him on the inside corner with a fastball. Noah mowing down the lineup so far to this point. On to the bottom of the fourth. Panthers 1, Methuen nothing.
That was a nice job, you know. He threw a few breaking balls in there, got him looking for a breaking ball, and just snuck the fastball past him.
You got Noah for 45 pitches after 4 innings. So
Wow.
Talk about being efficient.
That's nice and efficient. We like that.
It doesn't get any more efficient than that.
So 45 means that Noah is unable to pitch against Salem, and that means he has 70 left.
Well,
Nothing to save him for now, since the Panthers only have one game this week. There's not one on Friday, I believe, Rich. I'll leave it to you, since you seem to be the man with your thumbs
looking
on the
right there.
schedule.
Yep. Yeah, Wednesday they'll be over in Salem at Gallows Hill, huh?
Well, we were there last year.
Oh, that's right, we
you
were.
recall, and the field has been rehabbed.
Yep.
It was growing in. It was in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
So there he is, Matt Pappalardo, once again to take the hill. Certainly has been no slouch of his own, though the Panthers able to eke across that run last time out there in the third. He'll face Martin, Quietek, and Staffier here in the fourth.
With 8 of the 9 Beverly outs to date by the strikeout.
Yes.
So
Matt has been overpowering.
he's a big, tall righty, and he can throw some gas. And like you said, his breaking ball is, maybe not consistently a strike, but it's good enough to get swings and misses. And he's also picked up some called strikes on that as well. So
also with his breaking ball, it's not. Again, Utah, Guanci doesn't telegraph his at all or not.
Yeah.
His breaking ball, it's pretty hard too.
Yeah.
Like he throws a very hard breaking ball. I've called it a tight slider most of the way.
Yeah.
So it comes out not as obvious. Not as obviously not a fastball, maybe.
Yeah.
As
You don't
if
see
you throw one of those big, true curveballs.
Yeah, you don't see the speed change on it. It's still a pretty fast breaking ball, but it will break a decent amount, which makes it hard.
Fran
to
Martin
decide.
leads it off for the Panthers here in the bottom of the fourth. Franny reached on an error, made it to second on a pass ball, and made it as far as third on a wild pitch. Made a nice catch, easy catch, routine catch, but was in the right spot last inning.
Yeah. That one missing as well.
3-0.
So Matt has found some control problems, though, as this game has gone on. In the third and starting it out here again in the fourth. Led the third inning off with a walk and ended up coming back to bite him, in danger of doing that again. And he did.
3-0 breaking ball again.
I know.
What's that tell you, Rich? He doesn't have the confidence in his fastball to throw it for a strike?
No.
Yeah, it seems that way. So maybe you move up a little in the box and get ready for it. See if they bunt him over here.
Scott Quietek up here. Went down looking in his first at bat.
Usually you want to make him throw a strike, though, after he walks somebody in 4 straight. And he does get it down. A bit of a high one, but he gets it down well.
Third. Oh,
third baseman has it. There's no one covering third. Oh, no, he's out. Oh.
Beverly running into an out.
Oh, they caught Martin in between. He saw there was no one covering third, so he thought about it. Didn't go for it and drifted a little bit too far.
Yeah, and it looked like third base was going to be there for him to take it if he just kept on running.
It would.
A little hesitation cost him there.
Well, Rich, I think if you didn't tell him that third was open, he would have got picked off.
That's my fault. I'll take that one. There's my buddy Lorinda Visick. You know, Lorinda, those tyrants at work, they make you do that work thing, you know. So I was a little late
here. Up here for the Panthers.
And swung on skies.
But I was confident that these guys could handle it without
blowing over. The first baseman has it, settles under it, and that will do it for the Panthers in the bottom of the fourth.
That's a momentum killer right there. You get the guy in the scoring position, then they fall apart a little bit.
They also, fix the pitch count problem a little bit for Papalardo as well.
Yeah, they had him already building up that that pitch count, but
yeah, only 7 pitches thrown that inning, and
that'll get you back to where you need to be.
Never wanting to be critical, but always wanting to be fair. There have been a number of base running gaffes already in the first several games of the season.
That is true.
So that is something that the boys are going to need to clean up, because what we've seen so far is a lot of quality pitching and base runners at a premium, You never want to give the other team runners via your errors, miscues, walks, hit batters. And when you get on, though, you really need to take advantage, and you don't want to give outs back to the defense.
Yep.
Indeed. I would say so far both these teams have both made a mistake apiece, the error for Methuen, and that time the base running mishap for the Panthers.
All right, we got 4 innings in the book. Got a great baseball game here. We got great weather. Rich Francis said we only get 1 or 2 games that we're not freezing here in New England, and maybe we might have more than that.
Well, remember, this game's not over. You get into the 6th, 7th inning.
Well, I will admit that I do have my winter hat, gloves, and my coat, just in case.
I got all kinds of stuff in my coat.
I knew Noah was pitching. I was supremely confident. I got no sweatshirt.
There's something wrong with your thermostat anyhow. So. All right, let's see who's up here. It's the pitcher.
Yeah. This will be 4, 5, and 6, the heart of the order pretty much. Papalardo, Mullen, and Leno.
Papalardo reached on a hit by pitch.
Yep.
I just realized he throws right-handed and bats lefty.
Mm-hmm. Different. Strike.
Same as our leadoff man, Logan Petrosino.
All right, so we got a little update on the lacrosse game. Looks like Marblehead's leading 8-1 right now, according to Phil Stacey.
Breaking ball.
Marblehead, traditionally extremely strong program, and I believe they're defending NEC champs in lacrosse. I think. I might be wrong.
Matt swung on, beats it into the ground. Guanci has plenty of time, throws the first, and got him.
Fielding his position very well.
The old PFP, as we like to say in baseball parlance, always working on those pitcher fielding plays, and that was very well done by Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Noah does a nice job right there. You kids that are watching, he circles the ball, fields the ball on his throwing side, so he can make a nice little pivot. Casey gives him the inside target, makes the play.
Oh, Mullen swung on and drives that one in the left center field gap. That's going to get down.
It's going to be a double.
Ground rule
and
double.
they put their hands up as it goes up and over the wall. So TJ Mullen puts a charge into that one. That is the first hit of the day for Methuen. First hit of the day for either side. No, obviously I called Ian's a hit. So
yeah.
First hit of the day for Methuen.
Well, that's probably one of the cases of he's going to be around the strike zone, so don't get yourself behind. Just look for a pitch to hit.
I couldn't even get out of my mouth that last at bat, T.J. Mullen hit into a double play. Well, and this time he just hit into a double.
All right. So now Mason Leno standing in with easily the best scoring opportunity of the day so far for Methuen. First man to even reach scoring position.
Mason went down swinging last at bat.
Outside.
Noah off on that one.
Fans up on the hill not liking that call. It looked like a ball to me.
Agreed.
Noah only for the second time having to work from the stretch. Strike.
That's in there.
Man on. Wind up stretch. Doesn't matter. Noah's ready to go right away.
Breaking ball.
Breaking ball got him fishing on
not
it.
Going. Nice stop there by Staffier.
And from 2-0 now to 2-2.
Pitcher's best friend. Good defensive catcher.
Interesting to see what Guanxi's going to go to here, trying to put him away. Fastball buries that
nice
in on
play.
his hands.
Can't feel that
Guanxi
one.
bobbles it. Still
Makes
got
the play,
time.
though. Nice job. Nice
Backhanded flips it over the first, and two putouts there, both via Guanxi himself.
Great composure there by Noah.
Yep.
Didn't field it cleanly, didn't get rattled, just stayed with it, made the crafty flip. We got 2 outs, runner on third. Big point in the game right here. With Joey Pride up, Joey the center fielder grounded out 6-3 last at bat.
Oh, nice stop by Staffier. Words couldn't even get out of my mouth when I was about to say you expect maybe a lot of fastballs maybe in this at bat. Not wanting to give away a cheapie like that. Great job by Noah. Fastball.
Ooh.
Missed.
Just a bit outside.
Didn't miss by much.
Nope.
But that was outside.
2-0 on Pride. Swung on and gets it by him, 2-1. First base is open, though. We got to keep that in mind. 8 and 9 behind Joey. But Noah confidently
Fastball by him.
pouring in back-to-back fastballs, daring the Methuen batter to do something with it. 2-2 again. Guanxi winds and fires and blows 3 straight fastballs by Joey Pride, and Noah gets out of the inning unscathed after the double by TJ Mullen.
He pitches as if he is really hungry. He wants to go home to eat and just just hurries up. Doesn't give the batter a chance to get set. The batter really wasn't even set on that play as he just got himself set.
Like I said earlier, Noah's ready for MLB. No pitch clock
right.
will give him a problem.
Yeah.
I got a 15-pitch inning there. 5 innings in the books. Panthers up 1-0. That would make Noah's pitch count at 60, I think. Let's see.
I gotta tell you, there aren't too many people who don't like that type of pitching.
No, I know, right?
You know, as a batter, it's a little frustrating, but everybody else watching is like, good, move this thing along.
That's a new pitcher.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep. The poll's in my way to see the number.
He looks familiar. I think he might have pitched last season against us.
He might have.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got to pick up the number. I didn't quite see who it is.
Someone pick up the number for me because he's right in the way. The poll's right in the way of seeing it.
Well, it doesn't 12, but
okay.
They didn't put numbers on the substitutes, so.
Oh,
so we're just going to have to guess.
Number 12 was actually the right fielder.
Yeah, okay. Escano Vargas.
We noticed that those right fielders, both of them had pretty good arms in warm-up, by the way.
Okay, he's got a breaking ball on him.
Yeah. Darwin Escano Vargas is into pitch.
And by the way, not just the fact that Noah had to work around the double. His best inning so far, as you mentioned, made 2 putouts. One of them we mishandled the ball initially, didn't panic and got it off. Also, though, both times with TJ Mullen at second, both batters, he fell behind 2-0 to both of them and was able to work his way back on both.
Yeah. Without throwing a whole lot of pitches after that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this one's just moving along. Greg Maddox special.
So that closes the book on Papalardo. Right now he'd be on the hook for the loss despite pitching pretty well. 4 innings, I believe you said, 8 punch-outs, 1 hit, and 4 walks.
Panthers looking to punch another one across the board.
That is correct. Here. And we're back again.
Didn't notice Tommy Donovan's in the house here.
Mm-hmm.
Dom offered him your microphone there, Rich, until you got here, and Tommy politely declined.
So Jonathan
Interesting,
Reyes.
yeah. Tommy declined an opportunity to talk. That's interesting.
Jonathan Reyes stepping in as the lone man across that plate so far. Vargas winds and fires for his first one, and Reyes swung on and missed. Darmin Escano Vargas, the man on the hill.
So did we see, was it just a position change? Did the pitcher stay in the game?
Looking at stature, it looks like Matt is in right field, but I'm not 100% sure because I can't see the number.
Yeah, it does kind of look like he's kind of built like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh.
Reyes swung on and missed. Got him to chase that fastball up in the zone.
Curveball? Let's see if the messing in the glove is an actual curveball. Nope.
Nope. Instead, catches Jonathan looking, strike three.
Kind of did the mess in the glove to get him thinking kind of thing, maybe?
Maybe.
Back to the top of the order and Logan Petrosino.
Yeah, once again, the field looks fantastic. Got to give Todd Rushton credit and his crew for taking care of the fields here.
Ooh.
Just a little
Breaking
outside.
ball slipped out of his hand.
I know you wanted to say that, Rich. I beat you to it.
It's overused, Al. Hackneyed, really.
That one missing down and in.
Ooh, the girls' lacrosse game. We got ourselves a game over at Marblehead. It's 11-11 with 5 minutes left.
Nice. So Petrosino, 0-2 today, both times going by way of the K. Not alone on that for sure. As we mentioned, Papalardo, through his 4 innings, punched out 8.
Nope. Else.
Logan swung on, beats it in the ground. That's going to be trouble. Barehanded by Vargas.
And he's going to beat it
Long
out.
throw, and he
Ball
throws
goes
it away.
into right field. He gets second. Maybe even third base. They're looking
Maybe
to go to
even
third.
third.
And we get ourselves a throw. And he's in there. Oh, that ball almost got away there, too. Good job by the pitcher backing the play up.
The right fielder, you mean? Oh,
Yeah.
Well, actually, right fielder and pitcher both doing what they're supposed to do on a play like that.
I'm going to call that a hit and an error.
Number one. Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, Logan Petrosino just making stuff happen on the bases. Infield's playing in here.
Vargas, we know, has a strong arm and maybe was a little bit too confident there. He might have, you could make the argument he probably should have just eaten it. There's only one out.
One out, man on third. Devin Koloski up.
Koloski swung on, slaps the other way past the first baseman.
Double here, too, and he's going.
In the right field, he's on his horse. He's headed for second.
Ooh,
he is in there standing.
Speed.
Infield in, and Koloski does a great job knowing the situation, just made contact, hits one hard past the first baseman up the line, and it's an RBI double and a 2-0 Panther lead.
And he did not hesitate to take second base on that. He knew where that ball was.
He was going for
he was
two
going
as
all
soon
the
as
way.
he got out of the box. I thought for a second he might have been thinking 3.
I know, because he really wasn't slowing down going to second. I was thinking the same thing.
Put the air brakes on in a heartbeat, though.
Well, Cahill's aggressive like that, too, try to force the other team to do something.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that with the amount of steals at third base that the Panthers have. They're always putting the pressure on, especially if pitcher's in the habit of not looking to run it back at second base.
Yeah, and you may see that right now, too, if this pitcher doesn't hold him.
Do you think if the infield's back, he knocks that down, or do you think that was by him either way?
I think that would have gone.
That was by him.
The first baseman, unless he was guarding the line, wasn't going to make that play. Ooh.
That ball,
he did hit it pretty well.
That ball coming off a right-handed bat like that, I don't think there's a first baseman who's expecting that ball. And then it's going to tail away from him.
Yeah.
Again, he would have had to have been guarding the line to be able to have
it right on top of the bag, right? Yeah, sure.
It was pretty much.
And inside.
So here is Visnick until Kowalski's double right there. The only man in this game with a hit.
Ian's walked, has a base hit, an RBI. Nice play in the field.
Oh, beautiful
the dirt.
play in the
There
field.
he
That one
goes.
in the dirt. Kowalski's off.
Great
The
dirt
throw is
ball read
off.
by Devin.
And
Great
what a
dirt
read
ball
by Devin.
Now you got a guy on third. Anything will get him in here.
We've talked about some base running miscues last inning that the Panthers have been doing the last couple of games. That certainly was not. Great read by Devin.
Absolutely.
Ian's
Credit
just
where
looking to
credit's
drive
due.
the ball to the outfield at this point.
Well, he's wanted to know if he gets the green light, 3-0. Just ask Coach.
I mean, he's your senior captain hitting third in the order. We'll never know as he looks at that one, either way.
Yeah, he wasn't swinging.
I don't think he probably was either. But.
Even if he had the green light, he's probably not swinging on that pitch.
Oh, strike. It was there. I thought it was.
Looked a little high and inside.
No matter what, he ain't swinging at that. Still in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
All right, now a full count. Infield in again.
Oop, run him up.
Ooh. Ian bends out of the way, but gets called out looking for strike
Cameraman Mark Lehman expressing his displeasure.
Second punch out for Vargas.
You can always tell if the umpire actually got the call right by Mark's reaction.
And we have a pinch hit here. Tim Carter is being pinch hit here by Charlie Salerno, I believe.
All right, so the DH Carter being pinch hit for, as you mentioned, by Charlie Salerno.
Salerno. I'm going for the lefty-righty matchup here, although it was lefty
Tim's
for
a lefty
lefty.
too, right? Yeah.
We went for lefty-righty for lefty-righty.
Yep.
Well, sometimes you get a guy who's scuffling a little at the plate. You mix things up a little.
Charlie not wasting any time, hacking at the first one.
Koloski's going to be looking to take off on anything in the dirt. Maybe even just draw a throw. That's
in there.
What do you think? Breaking ball?
I'm going fastball again.
I would too.
I would too.
Last thing you
I
want to
have
do
a
is
feeling this kid's going to throw a
outside.
curveball. Oh,
Charlie
Fastball
ripped
up
it
the
back up the middle.
Charlie Salerno getting it done in a pinch hit
Charlie
situation.
Salerno in his first varsity at bat, making Coach Cahill looks like pulling all the right strings.
I know, right?
Big run for the Panthers.
Again, that's an 0-2 count. That's too good of a pitch.
That's far too good of a pitch. It looked like he was trying to elevate that fastball, and he just didn't get it up enough. And Charlie just took that thing right back where it came from.
Well, let's see if they try to steal or
that
something.
brings up Casey McGrath.
Back. This whole inning getting started off by Logan Petrosino getting crazy on the bases again.
Right? McGrath standing in 0 for 2 with 2 punch-outs. McGrath swung on and laces that one foul over the third base side.
You know, we talked about this last game. You know, sometimes a guy stings the ball and ends up with nothing for it, and then a guy just, hits a dribbler and it turns into 3 bags.
Well, speaking of that, didn't Logan hit an absolute seed that the pitcher caught against Masco back at him?
Yep.
That one swung on, hit over to short. He has his bobbles it.
Safe all
He's
around.
not going to be able to recover.
You could kind of see that coming. He's going to come forward and get that ball before he takes another bounce.
Yeah, you're right. There was no
You
attacking
can't sit
the ball.
back on it. You got to get after that.
Yeah, if you look at the age-old adage of attack the ball, don't let it play you.
Yeah.
You have to be moving in and read your hop there.
The more the ball bounces, the better chance you're going to have an error.
Opportunity for the senior, Fran Martin. Fran reached by an error and walked.
Fran
And
swung
he
on and
turns
puts
on
a
that,
charge
but he
that
turned
one
on
well
it
foul.
And almost
Got a nice
took out
charge
a
into
spectator
that
at
one.
the lacrosse game.
Boy, I'll tell you, though, he
Imagine
got
that.
around on that.
Yeah.
again, sitting dead right on the fastball and just pulled the trigger a whisker too quickly.
Hey, you got to throw the ball down away, get him to chase it, right? Nope.
Swung on, he pops that one up. Third baseman giving chase, but it's well out of play. Back towards the track
Athletic
again.
director
Dan
Keefe thought for just a second about going for the catch and then thought better of it and is now picking up on the bounce.
As they say, discretion's the better part of valor.
Didn't want to break the hand.
Yeah. No need trying to look like a tough guy. Let it bounce and go get it. Make sure he gets it back. Those things cost a few bucks.
0-2 now on Martin, and Fran will step out. Panthers already pushing across 2 runs in this inning, thanks to an RBI double by Karlowski, and then a pinch hit RBI single by Charlie Salerno.
Speaking of Dan Keefe, springtime's the AD's favorite time of year when you get 8,000 things going on.
Oh, wow, that's a nice breaking ball.
That's a nasty breaking ball.
Vargas pulls off a nice breaking ball to make sure there's no more further damage. But the Panthers with a crooked number there. 2 runs in the inning. Once again, the RBI double by Kowalski, and then the pinch hit 2-out RBI single by Charlie Salerno. And as we go to the top of the 6th, Panthers 3, Methuen nothing.
3 hits in an error. Wove their way in between 3 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Tony Pascarosa here watching the game.
Speaking of base running, one of the great base running coaches of all time.
Daughter Meredith had a pretty good winter season running track.
She did indeed, qualifying for the Nationals.
Yeah. And, everybody tells me that, she gets her athletic ability from her mom, Julie.
I do believe, Rich, just in all fairness to you, that Tony did hear that last broadcast and did take note of that. And he will be having a word with you.
Oh, no. I already got the text. And he did confirm that to be true.
I love it. All right.
We got
the
a pinch hitter.
Rangers
We got a new hitter here.
are down to their last 6 batters, last 6 outs.
Yeah, look at number 22.
Miguel Lopez was due up.
Yeah, so we don't have a number.
No, on the substitutes we do not.
Substitute. Oh, actually,
So this
yeah,
will
we
be
do.
in the 5th.
Down here.
Oh, yeah, down there we do. I keep forgetting that.
22. Brady Gurley.
Yeah.
Gurley, man.
You don't think it's Gorley?
It is. I'd say
What was
it's
that?
Gorley.
Gorley.
Close enough.
He will get.
So Brady Gorley will step in as the pinch hitter, and Guanci greets him to the game by snapping off a beautiful breaking ball for strike 1. And gives him another one. Doubled up. Welcome to the game, Brady. Here's a good Uncle Charlie to greet you. And a third.
And we just got a
Did he
final.
triple up on that breaking ball there, or am I seeing things?
No, he did. I believe.
That's what I thought.
And we did just get a final from Marblehead. Beverly Panthers women's lacrosse team won their game 13-11.
Wow. And as I go into my book to put the K in, Guanci's already gotten ahead of the next man.
Okay, this should be Ronald Marazan, the
Yes,
left
it is.
fielder. Ronald, second at bat of the game. Put on a good at bat, worked a full count, and struck out back in the 3rd.
Well, everybody wants to know what the pitch count is.
Noah had 60 pitches going.
That one
into the
swung
inning.
on in line to the left field. Left
And
fielder
makes
cleans
the
it off,
catch.
makes the
Martin
catch.
comes in and
that's right.
makes the
Francis
grab.
Martin with the catch. Nice grab over there by
Fran Martin, that hard line drive right at you sometimes. That's one of the tough ones as an outfielder. Did a good job of freezing before deciding to come in.
And don't call him Francis. Call him Francis, he'll kill you.
I said
A great
Fran.
movie. I call them both.
Oh,
It's a bunt. That's
can't
gonna go
get it
foul.
down. Noah making the play, making sure it stays foul. Can we,
Back to the top of the order.
Al, can we start calling him Psycho? Lighten up,
that's
Francis.
how you know. That's how you know you're dealing on the mound when they try and drop down a bunt for a hit this late.
Bringing the third baseman in a little, so if you try to slap it by
He
him,
can
now-
move back now with
now
an
he can
0-2
move back.
count.
As this game has
Owen.
gone on, Guanci has thrown that curveball more and more and more.
Owen Nealon, a very good strategic move, slowing Noah
Yep.
Guanci down by stepping out and asking for time because he is just on a roll right now.
Another
Reyes
breaking
gonna
ball
have to come
weakly
up
on the
with the
ground
play.
over to short. Going to be a
Have to
long
make a
throw.
strong
Reyes
throw.
throws
Safe.
and not
Beat
that
it out.
time.
Yep. Tough play for Reyes there.
McGrath feels like he did get him.
Close play, bang bang for sure. I have an obstructed view. I have a telephone pole. I can't see first base. So.
Yeah, I think
It was
you know,
close. I
You
thought
didn't really see much reaction from the bench.
Well, the first baseman thought he got him. Though.
Yeah.
You got him pinned.
Oh, got
he's
him
got him
waiting.
pinned.
Oh,
He
threw it away. They
Oh,
had
he
him
threw it
too.
away past the first baseman McGrath.
Ooh, they had him too.
I know.
Had
He
him
got
in it.
Nealon mid-step.
Yeah. He'd have been out by a few steps right there.
We talked about Noah having a good move. He hasn't
Yeah.
really had much of a reason to show it off today. There's been few base runners, but he caught Nealon mid-step,
One over. Ooh, got him leaning.
and he'll give him another one.
Escarno Vargas last at bat hit a hard ground ball that Ian Visnick dug out.
Yeah, that is a nice move he's got. You really got to pay attention to what he's doing with that shoulder.
Yeah. Vargas has to lean out away from that one.
He's probably going to try to come over again right here.
That one
Fly
swung
ball
on
to
him
right
way
field.
up in the air, and Vargas slamming the bat down in
Calls him
anger.
off. Ooh, makes the
Did he
catch.
call it? Catch it?
Yep.
Yeah, he caught it.
Ran by it. reached
Almost ran
back,
by-
went
yeah.
down.
I know. Vargas slamming the bat down in frustration there. I think he thinks he maybe got a pitch and just missed it,
Yeah.
as he just skied that one in the air.
So again, Noah with not a lot of pitches in that inning.
I have Noah for the next time anyone comes to the broadcast booth to ask you, Rich or Dom.
I'll let him know. Just tell me what it is.
Just let the crowd know Coach Al has him at 71 pitches.
Okay.
All right, we got him at 71 pitches, guys. 71. Yeah, right there. You got it, Tommy. All right, we'll make sure Tommy knows the pitch count. Hopefully Petro got that
Is this
message too.
another pitcher, fellas? Or
Yeah, it is.
Looks like it, yeah.
It's a new one.
Yeah, why not? Get some work.
Well, they have
It's
a league
Is
game.
that Owen Nealon? Does that say
number
8?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay, so Owen Nealon, who was the leadoff batter, who got that base hit with the slow ground to the short that he beat out, had been the third baseman coming in.
You know, you get him a little work here. He's not going to throw 40 pitches, so he'll be able to come back on Friday.
40 pitches, 2 days rest?
Something like that.
One day.
One day.
40 is one day. 25 is no days.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he throws 40 pitches this inning, you left him in there too long.
Yeah. So here in the bottom of the 6th, Panthers in front 3-0. Trying to push across just a few more for good measure. Noah Guanci has been dealing all day long. Papalardo on the opposite side for Methuen through a good 4 innings, gave up 1 run, and then the Panthers busted across 2 against Vargas last inning. And now Owen Nealon, the man taking over here in the 6th.
Quick note on that girls lacrosse game. Lily Shea and Jossie Silva had great games, according to our source.
Okay.
Lily Shea's a really good athlete. She scores a lot in lacrosse and soccer.
What year is she? A
She
freshman?
is she is
Sophomore?
a junior now,
Oh,
I
junior?
believe.
Well, time flies.
Yeah, it does.
The years go by faster than I care to acknowledge.
All right, so Quietek, Staffier, and Reyes all
It
the
looks
bat
like
here
we
in the
have
sixth.
Micah McManus pinch hitting for Scott Quietek here to lead off the bottom of the sixth.
All right, McManus.
Micah has been out in right field for the Panthers the first 2 games, coming off the bench here today. Don't know his official stats, but I know that he has his first varsity hit under his belt already.
Looks like another goal by Marblehead there. That'll make it 14-2.
That's going to be
Kneeling
trouble.
off the
That's
fist,
no
though.
man's
Tough.
land.
That's going to be a hit.
And
That's about as perfectly placed as you can do when Nealon really jammed him right there. Pops it up in the air, but just perfectly placed in between the second shortstop and behind the pitcher.
Yeah, you make yourself a nice pitch, and it does that.
Looked like he was swinging a sand wedge.
no man's land, that ball. No man's land. Good for the batter, bad for the pitcher.
Don, you bring up golf.
Yeah.
You think the PGA dodged a bullet there with Koepka not winning after
Yes.
that controversy on Friday?
Yes. Huge.
Yeah, a lot of sighs when they saw Rahm take that lead. Oh, timeout.
I think they breathed a big sigh of relief when Phil Mickelson didn't win.
Yeah, right. Try to prevent the LIV guys winning.
Could you even imagine that?
Yeah,
that would be
right.
something.
That would have been crazy. Going to throw over again on McManus.
Very important for Methuen to not surrender the 4th run. That's for sure. They have a big enough hole right now.
Swung on and
Deep drive.
skies this one high into center
Makes
field.
the catch.
He is under it and makes the catch.
That'll bring up the freshman, Jonathan Reyes. John reached on a walk in the 3rd inning and scored the first Panther run, and struck out on a tough pitch looking back just last inning in the 5th.
Jonathan swung on and missed.
They often call the 9th batter the second leadoff, and Jonathan has been in his first 2 at-bats, but not in this inning.
No. Jonathan fishing a little bit, I think, there. That might have been a little high.
Yeah, it looked like it was a breaking ball that didn't have a lot of velocity, and it was hanging up there looking big.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get to it.
Just too high to get up there and reach it. All right, so Nealon got him 0-2. He's off and running. Nealon's got to step off.
Now we got a balk.
They call a
Yeah,
balk.
it looked like a balk. The umpire stopped. The umpire put his hands up, so it looks like it was a balk.
Well, I think he was off and running before that,
Yeah.
and then that
And
made
forced the pitcher to
Nealon
move.
balk. Now the catcher going to come out because Nealon's confused. I think a lot of people are confused. Balks are very confusing.
Yes. Pretty much everybody gets confused with the balk.
Yeah.
Because generally, most people, you don't pick up on it. You don't see it. You know.
The only time I've ever been able to really pick up on a balk, unless it's like egregiously obvious, is when I was the runner at first base.
Yeah.
Looking at the pitcher and watching it. And Jonathan goes down swinging that time.
All right, so you got first base open for Logan here. See if they pitch to him.
Well,
Kowalski's the man who made him pay last inning.
Yeah.
Methuen, not really knowing our lineup, takes a look at the line score today, and I think it's 6 of one, half dozen of another, unless they want to get a righty on righty matchup. So,
Yeah, unless you do some scouting and you realize that Logan's
Swung on high,
hitter.
fly
That's going to
ball.
be trouble. That's going to drop.
No, I think he's
Nope,
under it.
shortstop got over,
Shortstop's
okay.
under it. A little behind the third baseman in front of the left fielder. Makes the play, and that will do it.
Yeah, well, the way the third baseman was going back for that, I wasn't sure if the shortstop was going to get to it.
I know. But that'll do it for the Panthers in the 6th. On to the top of the 7th. Methuen down to the last 3 outs. They're down 3-0.
And they'll bring up their 3rd, 4th, and 5th batters, the heart of the order.
Mm-hmm.
And not surprisingly, Noah Guanci's still out there. Noah at 71 pitches has been in a fantastic rhythm all day. Just having given up the 2 hits.
Yeah,
the double in the 5th and the single in the 6th.
Mm-hmm. And boy, you could tell Al early on that this was going to be a good day for Noah. I mean, in the very first inning, he was locked in with both pitches, first pitch strikes. I mean, from the get-go, Noah's had it all working today.
Absolutely. But as we have seen many times, the 3 hottest outs in baseball are about to come up.
Indeed, indeed.
Well, and the weather has stayed pretty good for him.
This would be the 3rd time that all 3 of these men, of course, have seen Guanci today as well. 3, 4, and 5, Owen Sullivan, Papalardo, and T.J. Mullen.
We should set a timer.
Oh, and he hit him with a breaking ball.
Okay.
Not the start we want.
Guanci.
I can't see the bullpen, see if they got anybody warming up or not. I'd imagine probably Graham Gavin's going to be warming up, if anybody. Actually, Anthony Mastriani might be someone they might look to.
I don't think today's Monday,
Is he
correct?
not eligible? Yeah.
I don't think Anthony is eligible to pitch. I don't think. I might be wrong.
Well, here is...
Well, or Noah can throw a nice double play pitch right here.
Yeah. Here is the opposing pitcher to start this game, Matt Papalardo. Standing in, he was hit by a pitch and then grounded out to Guanci. Strike 2. Still plenty of pop on that fastball for Noah. And I guess why wouldn't there be? He really hasn't had to work all that hard.
Watch for a throw over right now. Although the lead's not that big. Break him up.
Well, listen, we saw that Noah's got a good move.
Yeah.
And if you get picked off down 3 in the last inning,
you're not. Generally you're not stealing when you're down like.
Well, I know, but you don't even want to be too aggressive.
No, right.
With the
so
lead.
There's no need to get too aggressive, right? And he's not that far off.
He doesn't have a big lead. He needs to make his focus get in the out.
All right, so he'll just get second
bouncing
base
that
anyway.
breaking ball in the dirt, so he'll get to second either way.
That one just got away.
No one winds, fires, and Matt fouls it off back towards the track.
Like to see a dad playing catch with his son down there. Looking to go get that ball.
A future Panther.
Yeah. Now
Papalardo once again in a similar spot, fouling off that fastball. I think that one made it into the track. It did.
And Papalardo looks like he has the quab with all these foul balls.
Not many quabs in this game.
Now both starters have been pretty overpowering. Noah doing a lot of it on 2 or 3 pitches sometimes. Runs that one right in on his hands. It's going to be tough. First baseman has it. Lets it get by him. Flips it to Guanci anyway, but Papalardo had easily beaten it out by that point.
Yeah. Nice pitch. Sawed him off. Nice piece of hit and just kind of staying alive on that.
Al, what are you going to score that?
I thought that was an error. I thought if it was fielded cleanly, they had him.
Yeah,
agreed.
And in the blink of an eye, fellas, we have the tie and run at the plate.
Indeed. Yeah. That's why they're going to slow things down and talk to Noah right now. A hit by a pitch, and then unfortunately, a little bad luck is, I mean, he just buried a fastball.
Yeah, that was right off the handle there.
But Matt put it in a tough spot. First baseman felt like he needed to rush a little bit, and he got on board with the error.
So you get your first and third call by the defense.
And here is TJ Mullen, by the way, who has hit the best ball of the day from Methuen. Absolutely put a charge in the ball in the left center field for. And that one right
nice
back at
play.
Guanci. Guanci going to throw to second for one. To
Nice
first.
Okay, he gave up the
digged out
run,
by
but that's
McCrath
a nice.
and got him.
Oh, they call him safe.
Oh! Oh, I thought he was
Safe.
out.
Yeah,
I can hear Coach
guys on the hill
Donovan
are
saying the same
okay,
thing.
so Coach going to go out and ask for a little help. Now, there's a good chance the home plate umpire isn't going to be able to make the call because he's watching the run score.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cahill doesn't get any help or any love from the umpire.
I'm just kind of curious if that's the same umpire who was on the bases against Mass.
Oh. I know you're telling me you had the same thing happen not long ago. That was at second, though, right?
Yeah, that was a controversial play.
Oh, you mean Friday's game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to get the umpires' names from now on with the lineups.
Mark, these mics are pretty
You're
sensitive.
going to be
Oh yeah. Oh
Ted
yeah.
Lasso.
What was that?
You're going to get their Ted Lasso, get their home address and their phone number. And
All right. So we
All
got
right.
the
So-
goodwill of the people. We'll take care of it.
So we got an out, a run in, a foul ball.
3-1. Runner on first.
Still only one out.
And
Mason Leno, the DH, he struck out and grounded back to Guanci.
So no one did a nice job fielding it and then leading his shortstop.
That one, once again, sprayed foul the opposite way. A decent charge into it, but Noah's got him 0-2 now. And you got to think the breaking ball's coming.
I'm just wondering, was it? Did he not think the first baseman was on the bag? Did he not think he had the ball?
No, he would have, but he would have said off the bag.
That's true. That's true. So he's just thinking the runner beat the throw. Mm-hmm. Really didn't look that way, but hey.
Fastball poured into his
Noah's
kitchen as
close
he gets
enough.
it by him, and Noah's 1 out away.
Guys, they're only human.
Yeah.
they're only what?
Human.
This is true.
We all make mistakes.
Joey Pride.
And it is a great part of the game, then could give you the argument that replay has affected the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes negatively. The human error, the human element.
Joey swung on and fouled back as the
2
tree
strikes, huh?
protects the house. This is one of the bigger at-bats of the day earlier back in the 5th inning. Strike 3, got him. No, strike 2.
Whoa.
I was ahead of
Getting ahead
myself.
of yourself
I was
there,
thinking about the other at-bats.
I know, yeah.
It was one of the bigger at-bats of the day back in the 5th. With 2 outs.
Falls down in the dirt.
Noah had fallen behind on Pride 2-0. There were 2 outs, and Mullen was standing at third. And Noah was able to battle back through 3 fastballs right by Joey to get out of the inning completely unscathed. And then it was the bottom of the 5th, I believe. Beverly tacked on 2 more runs. Noah gets him looking, strike 3 that time on the outside corner. And that will do it. Guanci finishes off the complete game. Doesn't get the shutout, but a beautiful job by Guanci nonetheless.
Yeah, that's a fantastic
7 innings,
game.
just 1 run allowed, and the Panthers win this one 3-1 over the Rangers.
This is Noah's 2nd win of the season, correct? He won the game against Gloucester.
Mm-hmm.
I have 89 pitch performance, complete game. Really,
Tommy left, so I
really
didn't care about
masterful. Noah's control, amazing. He had 2 hit batters. Didn't walk a guy, hit 2 guys.
10 punch-outs.
Just quality. Some good defensive play, too, by the Panthers there. We had the ground ball. Ian
Visnick had a really nice
We had
job,
the
yeah.
double play that the boys turned in the middle of the game. The
Back in
really
the
great
second.
catch by Fran Martin coming in on that line of the left field. You got some timely hitting. Ian Visnick early to push the first run ahead against what at that time was a really dominant performance by Papalato.
Was that with 2 outs as well? Visnick's?
Yes, it was.
So Panthers 2 2-out RBI hits.
And then the 2 runs in the 5th were...
A little bit cleaner game than
one of them. Yeah,
Friday's
the second
game.
one by Charlie Salerno, right, with 2 outs.
Yep.
Right.
Charlie
Absolutely,
Salerno,
yeah. I was
pinch
looking
hit,
at
2-out hit.
Devin Kolosky's double, I'm sorry, which was with the 1 out.
Mm-hmm.
So, It was spread around. There weren't a lot of hits. They were timely hits, great defense, and, of course, great pitching. And that's going to be a formula that's going to work on most days, even against quality pitching, which they face today.
Yeah, as you mentioned, even against quality pitching. Timely hitting and good pitching yourselves. And Noah Guanci, I mean, Al, you weren't here in the first, but I feel like we both knew it from the get-go. We were like, this is going to be a real good day for Noah because from the get-go, everything was working. Strikes thrown, fastball, curveball. Yep. Noah had it all.
And one more thing I'd like to point out before we wrap it up, fellas. A huge performance on the heels of what was a disappointing home opener on Friday. Boys played a great opening game, beat a big rival with a great pitcher on the mound against Gloucester, came and had a 2-2 game with that controversial call in the 6th inning, and the wheels fell off the bus. Defensively, offensively, base running, things just kind of went in a bad direction for the boys. But they came out Saturday. They said, hey, let's let it go. Let's get back to work. We got to practice. And, boy, to turn around against a quality opponent from the Merrimack Valley League.
Short memory is one of your better tools in this game.
Being the goldfish, right? It's a game of failure, and the shorter your memory is, the better off you are. So hats off to Coach Cahill, his staff, and the entire Beverly Panthers squad there, because we got a lot of contributors today.
Indeed.
And again, beating a tough Division I foe in Methuen right there, that's going to help in the power rankings at some point. Yeah,
and a thank you to, I don't know what to call him today, because Robert was always the producer. I don't know what we call him. If we call him the producer, Rob, but Rob Chapman getting this together, and our cameraman, as always, Mark. And the Panthers take this one 3-1 on the heels of a great pitching performance by Noah Guanci. 7 innings, 2 hits, 10 punch-outs. Panthers win it 7-1 over the Rangers of Methuen. For Dominic Lorenzano, Al Visnick, and Rich Francis signing off. Have a great rest of your week.
All right.